Hello and welcome to the Bob Pivot Courts at the CTN coverage of the season opener for the Coon Rapids Cardinal boys tennis team as they welcome the Anoka Tornadoes. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro on the sidelines. And Howie, it's opening day and the weather's cooperating.
It really is. It's always nice to do that first game of the year. I love to be able to get that opportunity, and we are certainly getting so here. Twins home opener is today as well, so this is much more important.
And we will start by watching the first singles. Aiden Belke for Anoka against Cooper Held for Coon Rapids.
This should be a good one. You know, Anoka is coming off a season where they lost quite a bit in their lineup, their first, second, third singles, and a couple of, I believe, a player from the first doubles and second doubles. So I mean, there's turnover every year, but as Coach Stark said, they just reload.
Cooper's return just wide down the line, and I believe Belke up 30 love in this first game, first set. Cooper has been playing varsity since he was in 7th grade, now as junior captain. Second year as the everyday starter at the #1 spot.
That was a really nice return by Cooper, and unfortunately he had the point at the net. He just mishit and put his shot in the net, but he had that point. I'm sure he wishes he had that opportunity back. It's a quick first set.
First game.
First game.
Welcome to the spring season.
Yeah, exactly.
Our second event of the spring season got to see the boys volleyball team in the first ever varsity match.
Yep.
On Monday, a win for the home team.
Yeah, they won last night against Champlain Park in 3. A nice start for Coach Rositas and her squad.
Yeah, tight one in the first, 25-23, and then I think it was like 25-15 and
17.
13.
I think it was 15-13 or 17-13, something like that.
So got him more impressive in the second and third. So great start for them. Cooper Held, after dropping the first game, has his first opportunity on service and hopes to bounce right back. A let serve on the first. Great drop shot by Cooper, and Aiden Belke made a good attempt, tried to drop it over in front of saw Cooper charging the net, but came up just short.
Well, and again, that's typically what he wanted to do, that shot that he missed to lose game 1, similar to that, where he wanted to be able just to drop it over.
That one gets past Belke as he tried to crash the net. And quickly, Cooper Held with a 30 love advantage.
Yeah, he'd like to come back and hold his serve here just to tie it up in this first set.
And that is called an ace.
It is very.
Belke barely moved. And that is a part of the game that when talking to Cooper for the preview, he talked about he really spent some time working on his serve. He felt it came in much stronger than it was the end of last year.
2 in a row.
And he goes back in back-to-back aces to even it up 1-1.
Yeah, very solid couple of aces back-to-back as Held, who quickly dropped that first game, quickly won game 2.
So 2 guys getting their services started really well, hoping they can continue the momentum. Belke Serving from the near side this time. Second was Let. Double fault.
Yep. An opportunity for Held to see if he can break service.
Very strong serve and an ace for Belke to even it at 15-all. And that is how you bounce back from a double fault.
I was just going to say that. Made up for that with a nice service. Another really nice serve.
Held clearly not getting what he wanted on it. Put a little too much spin on it. Comes up short of the net.
Oh, that serve came at him really quickly.
So both guys showing back-to-back aces very early in the contest. Strong net play by
really
Belke,
nice.
but that one played just out of his reach on the backhand.
Yeah, good passing shot there.
$30-all. And that's, early in the season, something that everybody's going to be working on. The little mishits. We've seen both players make some mistakes on easy plays early in this contest.
Yeah, that sometimes happens when you're approaching the net. Sometimes you want to get there and you want to make sure you're in position, and then you just push it into the net.
Too much on it that time for Belke. And that will give the break to Cooper Held.
Oh, nice spot for Cooper to be in. Now up 2-1 with service.
And you saw on Belke's face as soon as he hit that one, he knew it was long, and he knew he had a lot of court on that back corner to play to. Just played it a little too aggressively. Both guys get some words of wisdom from their respective coaching staffs.
Yep. That's a good, at this point, I think he was a little disappointed he dropped that first game as quickly as he did. And just really nice response back by Cooper Held.
Temperature just above 40 here as you see the coaches all bundled up. We're
bundled
relatively bundled up. And the guys, a lot more guys in sweatshirts than you see in a match mid-season. But it's dry, we play. We just had snow 36 hours ago.
Yeah, because we had a lot of rain as well. And, as of yesterday afternoon and I think into the evening, it was fairly wet, but everything dried off just in time.
So back to service for Cooper Held, up 2-1, and again an unforced error, playing it into the net.
Yeah, trying to force that backhand down into the corner, I believe. Is hit.
Belke a good cross shot and looking to break service on Held and get back to even.
Yeah, it was a pretty looking shot. He put it where he needed to. The return was long.
So 15-30 as Cooper tries to battle back from an early deficit. Service not nearly as clean in this go around. So Cooper able to take advantage of a couple of long plays from Belke, back to 30-all.
Yeah, this is an important service for him because he'd love to be able to go up 3-1. Really nice serve.
Even better backhand,
Yep.
going right back against the grain as Belke was moving to midcourt. Not able to get turned around quickly enough, and now it's game point for Cooper Held. That one just long, a lot of power on that one from Cooper Held. Strong net play, and Held was a little indecisive as to whether that was on the line or out. He said, well,
it was awful close.
Count it.
It was awful close.
Deuce.
Let's see if we can see that one. That was out. Tough to call, though.
Trying to go to that backhand corner, and Belke read it right, just didn't get quite the right part of the racket on it, put it back into the net. It'll be add in.
Yeah, a lot of it depends on how you're gripping your racket, too. Sometimes you have an opportunity that the racket kind of comes out of your hand a little bit the last second, and then you push that into the net.
Another first service into the net from Cooper Held. It's a strong second.
Really strong second.
Just long for Belke. Belke had him where he wanted.
He really did.
Caught him coming to the net. Had that back corner again, and again just pushed it a little too long. And that's going to make it 3-1. And for Held, it looked like he maybe prolonged that win on his own But it was a close one.
Yep.
And he gave his opponent the benefit of the doubt, and then went to deuce and got the win anyhow. 3-1.
See, good deeds come back to help you out.
That one was too long. Return was wide for Held, and it's 15-all.
Cooper knows in this situation if he can get another break, that would be huge for him.
It's a double fault.
Yep.
We saw Belke before with the double fault followed by a couple of aces.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. We'll see if he can duplicate that here.
A little too much on it looking down the line.
Joe does need a speed one.
High lob, beautifully placed. Good recovery for Held to keep it going, and then Belke just got caught in between a little bit.
Well, Belke's return gave Cooper a great opportunity to really control that point. You saw what he did. He put it at the feet, and that's why he couldn't control it. Really
Great
nice
winner.
passing. Really nice passing shot. That was a great point.
And a 4-1 lead now for Cooper Held. Back-to-back breaks.
Yeah, that's big. Now you're up 4-1, as you mentioned, and if you get an opportunity with your service, you get this game. All of a sudden, it's 5-1, and it puts a lot of pressure on Belke.
Yeah, he came out. He had that great first service. Yeah. He won. I don't know if it was straight love.
I think it was. Yeah, so quick.
But he got that one win very quickly, and now 4 unanswered from Cooper Held. And again, you know, Cooper is a guy who has played first singles, had a full season at first singles last year, has been playing varsity now into his 5th year, and he's still got one more ahead of him.
Which is great, not only for him, but for this program.
And he talked, you know, when I spoke to him last week, he was talking about, you know, how much he felt he had improved, and his coach Storick also said the same. Some of it just physical maturity, some of it mental, and a lot through the efforts he put in the offseason.
Well, as we always talk about tennis, you can play tennis year-round, obviously, and you can control what you do and improve your game, and he certainly has. Really nice
Great job moving one side to the other, and a very quick 15-0 lead.
You can just see how comfortable he looks out there. Seems to be in control of his game here early on.
Just wide and well played by Cooper Held. He was there in position. Found his spot on the court. Wisely laid off.
Got to make sure that you know, in that game, that way it didn't come over with a lot of speed. So if he thought it was going to go out, he could have had another opportunity to play it. But if it hadn't. It was a little windier earlier, but it seems to have died down a bit.
Well, the sun's poked out a little bit.
Feels good.
A little bit of a miss hit there by Held.
Yeah, he had his point. He knew he had his point down the line. He just couldn't connect on it.
30-15. But yeah, glorious weather really for the first week of April.
Oh, for sure. We'll take it.
There have been years where on April the 3rd that the courts were still under snow. I know for a fact that in mid-April of 2018 there were a couple of big 16-inch snowfalls.
Yeah.
Forced the baseball team to practice inside.
I remember one time we were calling a tennis match. We were standing on ice.
6 inches of packed ice at least.
Yep.
That might have been 3. But that is the coldest event in our history, in my opinion.
I don't know. We did some outdoor hockey.
Yeah, outdoor hockey, but
you're dressed a little warmer.
Yeah, you're expecting it to be cold in January and February, but standing on that ice that day,
that was cold.
Shady. It was windy. It was
not fun.
But hey, we were here.
We're here. It was not fun.
Boys,
it's the conditions, but it was fun to be at
the boys
tennis.
were playing.
Yes, the boys were more game than we were.
And I will say though, when it is a little bit cooler like that, when you're the athlete out moving around and stuff, it's a little bit easier than standing and watching. That one's wide, and it's now a 5-1 lead for Cooper Held. And a huge service for Belke. He doesn't want to go down 6-1 at the end of the first set. He'd like to at least get one win back, even if he's not going to be able to come all the way back in set 1.
Well, and you can see that, you know, again, Cooper feels in control. I mean, when you're up like this, you feel that your game is going pretty well for you, and you can pretty much do mostly what you want.
Trying to keep Cooper on his backhand, caught the top of the net, 15-all. not the strike that Held was looking for.
There was a lot of speed on the ball, and again, I think his racket he doesn't get his racket underneath it in time. And
how many sets do they play?
Strong
Beautiful.
net play from Cooper Held, and even Belke had to applaud that last play down the line.
yeah, Cooper's obviously looking to close this one out with a break again.
Double break. I believe it's 15-40.
Yeah.
And that's going to be 6 unanswered after dropping game 1. Oh, no, they're not.
No, they're not.
We thought it was.
I thought it was.
I thought it was double break.
Yeah.
Apparently it's not. Oh, no, because Belke had gone up 30-15. I think it's deuce. I'm just going to stop.
Well,
That one's definitely going to be Cooper's point, though, as it
that is
hammered into the chain link fence.
Definitely his point.
And that one was the break point,
Yeah.
because
That's it. Okay.
that's going to be it. So we were a little premature, but it is a 6-1 win, 6 straight wins for Cooper Held after losing the first game, and that's how you want to start your season.
You definitely want to start your season that way. We'll move over to first doubles. Get a chance to see that match. I know Coon Rapids up 2-1.
Austin Hacker and Nikolai Hirsamaki are the Cardinals. Isaac Kramer and Ryan Newman on the opposite side of the net.
Hello, Newman.
Kramer and Newman. They need
so
a Jerry and a George. The kids don't understand, but they should watch some Seinfeld.
Yes.
If you've watched it really much at all, you can't hear the name Newman without thinking, hello, Newman.
Exactly. That's just everybody. Even Jerry's mother says it that way.
And this is Newman with the serve.
Another double fault.
Here's Samaki, a deep return, and then a swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. It's baseball season after all.
Baseball team also starting their season today. They're over at Totino Grace, as are the softball teams, getting their season started against the Eagles.
Yeah, we'll see the baseball team on Tuesday, weather permitting, here against Centennial.
Home opener.
Yep. Love doing home openers.
And the Cougars are a perennial power, usually a really good rivalry with the Cardinals. Hit into the net by Kramer. Coon Rapids gets the win and takes a 3-1 lead.
I was watching Austin Hacker serve a little earlier, and he got a nice serve there for the ace. And yeah, he was on his game. And early on, when we were covering we had a little bit of a lull in the singles. Got a chance to just to catch him a little bit on his service game, and pretty strong.
He had the service to start the match. They won that one.
Oh, nice net play there by Kramer.
Really strong play, no chance to recover. 15-all. Another ace for Austin Hacker. First year of full-time varsity last year, and I think he had 15 or 17 wins, 18.
Yeah,
something
it was
like that.
really nice
He had a
season.
really nice season.
Yep.
I think we'll see him in the number 2 single spot a lot of this year, but match 1, he's starting with Nikolai Hirsamaki, and they are starting off with a nice lead. Wide, and it'll be game point.
Give me a second.
It's 40-15.
That equates to game point.
Well, no, I know. This thing could be 40-30, and it wouldn't quite the game point. So.
Correct.
And I like it when the guys call the score out.
Really loudly for us
so we
deaf
can-
old guys to hear. Great play down the line on the return from Isaac Kramer. And now it will be 40-30 and still be game point.
Correct.
If I'm not mistaken how they score this game.
That is correct. You are correct.
Outside of cricket, I don't know of any sports that have an odder scoring system than tennis. Why 15 points? And why do points count for less later in the contest? Because you go from the first 2 points are 15 each, right? 15, 30.
Yep.
Then you go to 40, and then you go to 45.
Yep.
So your third point is worth 2/3 of your first 2, and your last point is only worth 1/3. Makes zero sense.
I'm not trying to figure it out, but what we did figure out is that the Cardinals go up 4-1.
We did. I've done some research on it.
You have.
I did not find an answer that I remember. I know I found an answer. I didn't commit it to memory because it was sense.
Yes, exactly.
Interesting that both doubles teams are using the same bench on the same side of the court, which is rare. And now Kramer and Newman are moving to the other side. Maybe talk a little strategy, down 4-1, trying to avoid a similar quick loss in the first set that they have seen suffered by their top singles player, Aiden Belke. Who back over on that one, held as won the first game of set 2 as well. So this is a big service for Isaac Kramer.
It certainly is.
Good slice, Briley.
And Austin is, I'm sure, not happy with himself. He had plenty of court to get
Lot
that
of
point.
court.
Yeah.
In that back corner, just put a little too much on it.
He knows it.
Had Kramer well off to the other side. He almost gave the point back to the Cardinals because he called it out. It would make more sense to me, is all I'm saying, is if it was played to 60.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
15, 30, 45, 60.
Well, yeah, I get it.
Each point counts for 15.
Yeah.
Why 15, 15, 10, 5?
Because, you know, a couple guys are sitting around. How should we score this? Let's screw everything up. Let's not make any sense at it.
Not just first 1 to 4 win by 2.
Yeah.
Because that's really what the game is. How rudimentary it would be if we just scored first 1 to 4 win by 2. That one played long and pressure applied by the Cardinals. Did that one bounce off the top of the tape?
I don't think so.
Newman had all kinds of time to just wait and wait and wait on it. It almost looked like
He almost pushed it wide.
It was right behind. He was right between me and where it came down. It
right. It
kind of sounded like it hit the top of the tape and then slowed. But either way, he had all kinds of time to wait on it. Play across court for the winner.
Yeah,
no question on that, and it'll be game point. It's a couple of big back-to-back points for Kramer and Newman.
Yeah, Nikolai, you know, he knew he mishit that one a little bit, allowing Newman to get a really good look at that at the net.
Strong net play, kind of put it right at Newman. Not a lot he could do with it.
Nope. Back to deuce.
Could be 4-4, right? Just saying.
Oh, what's in your mind? It is. That's a tough double fault.
Not the time.
No, especially when you're down 4-1.
I think that's the first one we've seen from Kramer since we moved over to the doubles.
Again, too much on it. He had, you know, he again had that space down the line. We've seen him do that a couple of times.
So now it would be 5-5. Just saying.
We'll just call it that way.
Advice, but I
No,
just
it's
like
6-5.
your analysis of the match. Like
Correct.
What's he doing well? What are you doing well?
So 2-1 on the other court.
Yep. Big second service here. Back to deuce. Yep. So if you're
6-6
or tied, they're tied. They're tied at 6.
I understand when you get to this point, you call it deuce, add in or add out.
Yeah, absolutely.
In game, that makes sense. That part of it, again, I'm kind of hung up on the whole. You know, could you imagine if in football a touchdown was worth 7 points in the first quarter, 7 points in the second quarter, but only 4 points in the third quarter and 2 points in the third? or in the
Oh,
fourth.
nice. Nice point there by Hacker.
Found the hole between the two players. And that'll make it add out.
That's it.
Really aggressive net play by the Tornadoes, but played long, and a 5-1 lead now here in the first set for Hacker and Hirsamaki.
Yeah, 5-1 with serve.
A couple of really good touches on both sides. First, the net play by Hacker, and then the recovery by Kramer. Newman saw the open court on that far side, just couldn't push it there.
Well, yeah, it was a nice hit between the two of them. Made it a little more difficult as a return shot.
Double fault. 15-all.
Long.
Nikolai likes to belt it out nicely.
Yeah, I like that. That's long
That
as
one's
well.
long. Cruising at 40-15. Hacker finds a hole.
Yep.
It's a win for the Cardinals and a 6-1 victory in the first set.
Get a chance to watch. Go back to first singles. I think it's 3-1. I believe.
Cardinals cruising on
Help.
both courts. Another look at that final point of the first set. Hacker making it look easy.
Yep, an
Little
impressive
bump
win.
right between the two Tornado players, and we're back over to Cooper Held with service. Does put some power on
He
that
does.
first service.
Yep, he
that one
definitely
just
does.
a little bit long.
I thought that was going to make it over.
I thought so too.
The tape.
Cooper thought so as well.
Well, he was prepared. the score, but I couldn't hear him. I don't know if you did.
Great net play
really,
that time
yep.
for Belke.
And it was a really nice second service too.
Yeah, I was just thinking, as much we talk about his first service, I guarantee I couldn't handle his second.
Yeah, this really nice, strong net play.
And that I think is one of those things that comes with confidence, experience. When you can make that second serve still be effective,
without a doubt,
makes a big difference.
Without a doubt, because a lot of people, they take a lot off that second serve just because they want to make sure they get it over.
It's a double fault, as we're talking about the importance of serve number 2. I was also actually, as I was watching this, kind of thinking of the volleyball match we watched on Monday, and Elk River's player who throws the ball about 20 feet in the air.
It's just amazing.
On his approach for service. The timing is so important.
Yep.
Same thing here.
Absolutely.
To get it at the right spot.
No, your toss is huge.
Full extension. You talked earlier about how it was a little windier earlier, and that can have a big impact on your service, especially if you are used to using a higher toss. To time it right, and again, have that full extension, have your lever straight.
Yep, exactly. It's an art form.
Helps when your levers are as long as Cooper held,
this is
or
true.
really Aiden Belke's tall, long player as well.
Oh, that was a nice serve.
Great return, but a good recovery from Cooper held, and no chance for Belke on the, drop shot.
Absolutely. Add in.
And Cooper continues to cruise.
Should be 4. I believe it's 4-1. See once he adjusts the score, but I'm pretty sure.
And I wasn't sure when I heard add in whether it came, because both of the courts we're watching were at surface at that point, so wasn't sure which one we had heard add in on, but either way, it was a game winner for Cooper Held, and you are correct. He is now up 4-1 here in the second set after winning the first set 6-1. So now he's won 10 of the last 11 games.
Impressive.
In this season opener. And again, he's an experienced player. You talked about, the Tornadoes lost their top 3 singles players. So Belke at best was playing 4th singles last year.
Correct.
That's a big jump.
It's a huge jump.
And, again, in the conversation I had with Cooper last week, one of the things he said he was looking forward to is seeing some more of the top level guys. He felt that some of the elite teams that they faced last year, because they are on that level, kind of mixed up their lineups a little bit and moved some pieces around, so he didn't always see the number 1 singles player in some of those contests against the top level teams, and he's hoping to see some more of those guys this time around. And this again is a section where you're going to see 3 or 4 of the best players in the state in your section.
Oh, absolutely. There's no question about that. And this is, this would be a great way for him to start if he can close this out in 2 straight. First serve a little long.
And he will most likely, if nothing strange happens or any injuries, he will be Coach Storik's last first singles play.
That's right.
Coach Storik heading for retirement after next spring.
Yep.
And that will be Cooper's senior year, and he just served that one up on a platter for Belke, and
yep.
Belke fed on it.
Yeah, he fired it right at Adam.
Oh, he's got to show some fire and battle back.
Yeah.
And when your opponent gives you something like that, you
have to take advantage.
You don't pass it up for sure.
Yeah, nice shot to get held running on his backhand.
Double fault. I was just going to say, he's a guy that we've seen has a lot of fire on his first service. Yep. Also, he does take off a bit more than Held does on service number 2, but his first service can be impressive.
A lot of times too, the guys who don't have a really fast second serve try and put a little spin on it. I get some English and see if they can get their opponent to miss it that way. Some just push it over to make sure that they get it.
I think that puts us at 30 all.
Yeah. I don't think he's been too vocal.
And asking you and I to have an attention span long enough to keep the score.
That's an impossible dream.
That's foolhardy. I was incorrect because that was apparently break point.
It was break point. So that makes it 5-1 with service, and looks like that Cooper Held, if he can hold service here, if he can make sure he gets his serve in, it will win 6-1, 6-1. Oh, wow. Nice return.
That's as clean a point as you can have that isn't an ace.
Exactly.
It was a good, strong service. Belke really had a nice return, but right into Held's wheelhouse.
And the sweet spot.
He just played it to the far corner, no chance. Wow.
No.
Oh, maybe a little wide.
That was a little wide. Oh, maybe not.
No.
Nope. I thought it looked like he called it out.
.40 love. And match point.
We'll try it later.
And an ace.
That was a quick
ends
one.
at 6-1, 6-1.
Yeah, nice opening day for Cooper Held. Nice job of him at first singles, getting a 6-1, 6-1 win to start his season on a winning note.
And an impressive one at that.
For sure.
Not having his serve broken a single time.
Nope.
And, yeah. A lot of the games that we saw as well were very one-sided in the games themselves.
Yep.
So
We're back to doubles. I'm not sure what I know Coon Rapids has a 1-0 lead, but I'm assuming it's different at this point. They haven't taken a break.
Well, if Austin's serving, this is only the second game of the second set. If I'm reading my notes here correctly, because Newman must have served the first. After Hirsamaki had served the final game of set one. Because the rotation stays the same.
Well, yeah, and that first singles match went fairly quickly.
It did.
Nice play. Here's a Mackey at the net.
Deep to the backhand on Newman. That I think was game winner. Yeah, no, they're giving the ball back. Okay. Kramer pounds it deep and long.
And that's game point. Or maybe not. The way they were walking to the net, it looked like it was over. Newman not happy with himself on that one.
Yeah, I was seeing body language a little frustrated on a couple of hits here in this game since we came back over. And we'll adjust the score and we'll see where we're at, how wrong we are about.
Well, there's no surprise if we're wrong. Are you kidding? I'd be more surprised if we were right.
Yeah. The question is how wrong are we?
That was just such a long point.
And in all the times we've done it, I don't know that we've ever seen two doubles teams using the same side of the net.
Well, they did,
same side
and they also didn't change the.
They did not. Well, I think they just determined they didn't switch sides either. They just determined, oh yeah, that's right. That was just game two. So Coon Rapids is up 2-0.
2-0. Yep.
So I was right about that much at least.
We're glad of that.
To be right.
About one thing out of 20.
It's only 20.
That was big generous.
That was a good rally going, and then just short off the racket of Newman. Just long, but good power on it for Kramer. And a double fault. Love 30.
You know, in some ways, similar to golf, tennis can be very frustrating.
I think that's
but you know,
true of any athletic pursuit.
Yeah, but
But,
golf and tennis, you're pretty much either one-on-one or two-on-two versus a.
The hardest part of the game is the 6 inches between your ears. Most important tool
Yes.
in your arsenal
Is the wrench.
is the gray matter.
Yes.
Serenity now.
Back to Seinfeld references.
That one just out of the reach of Newman. Well, sometimes that's the most important thing, right?
Yeah.
Just
No,
staying calm.
No, absolutely. It's the mental part of the game is so important. It's easy to get down on yourself when you hit a few bad shots, and then you think then you press to hit a good shot, and hit another one bad.
Especially when you find yourself in a big hole early. Having lost set 1, 6-1, and now trailing 0-2. Lost total track of where we are in this particular.
Again, that's surprising. Oh, that was a beautiful shot by Hacker.
Both tornadoes approaching the net.
Yep.
Hacker lobs it to the back part of the court.
That's 3-0. Yeah, just a beautiful executed shot by Austin Hacker. They're still using the same bench.
It's not a very big bench.
No. So now you're up 3-0 with service.
Looks like on some of the other courts I'm seeing numbers posted. A lot of black numbers with that are larger.
Yep.
So the two that we've been witness to, 6-1, 6-1 at first singles, and so far 6-1, 3-0 here at first doubles in Coon Rapids' favor. But great starts for the Cardinal athletes we've seen, but the team we don't know.
We don't know.
What we do know is that it's April 3rd.
Yes, it is.
There is no snow on the ground here.
Nope.
It is 40, a little better than 40 degrees.
Yep. And we're outside calling it tennis.
And
I love it.
And the season is underway.
Yes.
Sun peaked out a couple of times. Wind has been minimal. It is relatively comfortable for the first week of April in Minnesota. And it's supposed to be in the 50s tomorrow.
Yeah.
So says CTN
meteorologist
Howie Chappelle.
Yep.
Nikolai Hirsamaki to serve with a 3-0 lead here in set number 2. First doubles team trying to equal the accomplishment of first singles player Cooper Held and get an impressive straight sets win.
Yeah, I got my meteorological degree online at Windham University. Windham U. Go Tornadoes. You know, it's tough to get a lot of teams on live university, but we did have a great chess team.
The Windham Tornadoes. Oh. It doesn't take much to amuse me.
No, it certainly does not.
good play to
Yeah.
that back corner for Hirsamaki, and the return from Kramer just wide.
Yeah.
30-15. Oh, beautiful serve.
There's a vapor trail behind
Yes,
that
it
one.
was. Yes, there was.
40-15.
Yeah. 40-15 first serve.
Back-to-back aces. Oh, no,
that was a
long.
let.
Okay. Oh, it's let?
I thought it hit the top of the net.
If you say so.
Yeah. Let first serve.
There you go.
Yep. You are correct. Thank you. This is first for everything.
Thanks, dude. Yeah. Second.
Double fault, and you could hear the disappointment in his voice after that.
Were they not watching when they did that? At all? I'm pretty sure.
So 40-30, the Tornadoes stay alive here.
Maybe they were. Yeah. 40-30 first serve.
Cardinals trying to take a 4-0 lead here in the second set.
That would be big.
Second. Yeah.
And another double
Wow.
fault. Brings us to deuce.
Why am I?
Dude, first serve.
Good play at the net by Austin Hacker. Gets the advantage for the Cardinals.
Well, another opportunity to go up 4-0.
Yeah. Add in first serve. Second, yeah.
Really nice return by Newman.
It was. Found the spot that Hacker had just vacated. Got the win. Got the game back to deuce.
Yeah, back to you. Go. Yeah. Dude, first serve.
The let.
Well, the interesting thing, mid-season, these guys will be out here T-shirts, shorts.
Oh, yeah.
Just watching Nikolai with the hood up and just wondering, how much, and, Austin's wearing sweatpants and a hoodie sweatshirt. He doesn't have the hood up, but, does it become more difficult to play with extra layers on early in the season?
I would think so. You'd always want to play with it when it's a little warmer. Right into Austin. And
yeah, no chance for
Nope.
a return. That one pretty much right into his chest. So Anoka advantage,
out.
chance to try and break here,
Yep.
get their first win of set 2. And a double fault to give game to Anoka.
That's a big one for Anoka, because now with service, if they can win their serve, all of a sudden it's 3-2. And they're back into it after, as we talked about, dropping that first set 6-1.
I'm assuming since it's only their second win of the afternoon, it's their first break of the Cardinals service. Good strong net play, a couple of shots there for Kramer. Well placed beautifully, the back line. Again, a hacker lob that works out perfectly.
Yeah, because you're going back for that shot thinking maybe it's got an opportunity to get out. It lands exactly where he needed it to.
Good reaction by Kramer, just not able to get it over.
Yeah, it came in tight to him. Tough one to get back. Oh, beautiful shit. Oh, it was out.
Just long.
Oh, just long. I thought it was in. I love the thought though, getting for that far corner.
Couple of 4-1 scores in favor of Anoka further down. A couple of other empty courts, meaning matches have wrapped up. Here's Samaki in a good spot, but put it into the top of the net.
Shot.
Strong play down the line from Kramer. No chance for Hirsamaki to recover.
Yeah, just able to chip it down the line. Another
Really strong,
Yep.
nice net play from Kramer that time.
That's going to make it 3-2. So a couple big games to get right back into the second set for the first doubles team from Anoka.
I hate this coaching so much. There we go.
Hey, they're moving to the other side
Oh,
of the
fine.
court.
That match is almost over. Let's move over there.
Well, since the court next door
Yeah,
is
it's
now
free.
vacant.
Yep.
Put a little pressure on the home team after a 6-1 win, and they jumped out to that 3-0 lead. Everything was looking rosy, but a couple of back-to-back wins, including a service break, has the Tornadoes right back in it.
Yeah, good time for really both teams to kind of break and regroup a little bit, especially the Cardinals doubles team. And we thought they had the opportunity maybe to run away with his second set as well, but Anoka had something else to say about that.
Cardinals obviously still in the driver's seat.
Oh, especially with service.
That one was weird coming off the racket of Hacker. Just had a ton of spin on it.
Yep.
And then it just kind of died.
Well, Newman had a really good opportunity to win that point.
He just got it off the tip of his racket. Hacker handling that point.
Nice point for the Cardinals there.
Kramer fires long. It's 30 low. How about that for a let
That's
serve?
a great let. You'll take that one.
I mean, it bounced on top of the net twice. Good play from Hirsamaki at the net. Right down the middle for the point. And a relatively quick win for the Cardinals to reestablish a 2-game lead here in set number 2.
Well, and that's what they wanted to do. Just a really nice game winning point by Hirsamaki.
A little too much spin on it for Kramer. Puts it into the tight and stays on his side of the net. Love 15. Good cross-court pass.
Yep.
Just out of the reach of Hirsamaki.
you know, all based on that return. It was it gave Newman a great opportunity at the net.
15-0.
That was a big game for the Cardinals double teams because they love to be able to break service and serve for the win. Oh, nice shot. Nice net play by Hacker. Just off the side of his racket.
And a double break point upcoming for Coon Rapids. And that'd give them service and an opportunity to close out the match.
Exactly. Just a little wide. I like the thought going down the line. You've got points to play with, obviously.
Oh yeah, but if that's 4 inches to the left, I don't think Kramer's got a chance to get there, and that's the game. Instead, 30-40. Long and gets us to deuce.
Yeah, big point win for Anoka to get it back to that point and stay in this one.
Both sides, and the winner from Newman gives Anoka the advantage. After falling behind 15-40, opportunity to win this service and
that'd be huge.
Again, get back within a single game here in the second set. Difference between it being 4-3 and 5-2 is
huge,
gigantic. And that is the case as the returns into the net.
All important service for Coon Rapids here.
Yeah, they were able to break Hirsamaki's serve last time around, and if they're able to do so again, get this to even it 4-all.
Yeah.
And they would have all the momentum.
They would have
momentum they have not had
at all
to this point in the match. But we see a lot of smiles on the Cardinals side and some frustration shown from the Tornadoes throughout the match.
Yeah, a little bit.
But will those things change if the momentum stays on the Tornado side of the net?
Well, as you mentioned, down 40-15, able to come back and get that one is huge for Anoka.
go get this one.
Looks like just one other court still going.
Yep. The 5-2 advantage for Anoka. Double fault, not the way they wanted to start.
Nope, it's the absolute opposite of how you draw it up.
Yep.
Love 15 for serve.
Bounce back with an ace.
Yeah, that's what you need. You know, you're for your confidence alone, just after that double fault, come back and get the ace.
Newman almost able to get there, just bit out of his reach. It's not considered let if it goes under the net.
No. A nice net play by Hacker.
Let's go.
Got him a little fired up.
Yep.
Cardinals up 30-15. Well-placed return from Newman has us back to 30 all.
Well, they switched, and Newman didn't recognize that. He was able to get the point. Nice service.
Was not the swing and contact that Kramer was looking for.
No, definitely not.
The look on his face when it went straight in the air.
And then back, straight up and back.
So Coon Rapids with game point here,
Yep.
40-30.
No, they would love this to go up 5-3.
Tornadoes not backing down. They
Nope.
push it back to deuce.
Anoka's played well at the net.
Deuce for serve.
Hacker too much on top of it, and it's advantage Tornadoes.
Head out for serve.
Nice job.
Great hustle by
Yep.
Hirsamaki
Yeah.
to get over there. And then I think Kramer had an opportunity and just not able to cash in, so we're back to deuce.
Yes, first serve. Second. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful play in the net there. Again, that service, return of service left a perfect place for Hacker.
Yeah, he was
put
not
that
going to
point
miss
away.
that
Nope.
one. And now advantage Cardinals. Another opportunity to close it out and get to one win away.
That is first serve.
We are now the only action
Second.
remaining.
Well,
Double fault. Back to deuce. And the crowd creeps in on either side. The parents are lined up along the far side over in the parking lot, all bundled up. There's some that are jittering, hands in their pockets, got some hand warmers going.
well, you need them. Most of them are here to see you.
Blankets covering those who are prepared enough. Return into the top of the net from Kramer, another advantage for the Cardinals.
Another opportunity for Cardinals to go up 5-3.
Yeah, and if Anoka's able to battle back and get it to 4-4, think about how huge that would be after being down 40-15
Yeah.
and almost falling to a 5-2 hole.
Yeah, they were very close to falling to 5-2 at this point, but
That is
give them credit.
Came back to win that one and force it to 4-3, and now if they can survive another game point,
second.
third opportunity for the Cardinals with game point. And that one is just long, and the Cardinals will win, and they will take a 5-3 lead.
And now that puts a lot of pressure on Anoka to try and stay in this one.
Well, and the Cardinals, it puts the Cardinals, meaning next time they serve, they will, if they get to service, they will still have a chance to win.
Yep.
Of course, if they break service,
And it's
they
all
would
over.
win even earlier.
Then it's over.
Ryan Newman will handle the service for Anoka
Students
down.
of the game.
Staters of the blatantly obvious. Tornadoes trailing 3-5 after winning or losing the first set 6-1. And just a miss hit there from Hirsamaki. Tornadoes take the 15-love lead.
Oh, look at the CTN choppers here. Finally.
Aerial shots coming soon.
Eric Strauss flying it. Over here, Eric. Was out.
So double fault. The CTN chopper had some other
It's
appointments.
yeah,
to make.
no. The GPS hasn't been working, I noticed. See, again, just that return shot is just a little too weak, and it allows Kramer to put the point away.
Yeah, he left no doubt.
Yep. too much on that one.
15:30.
I believe so. Double fault.
Another double fault. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that'll be a double break point for the match.
Newman doesn't announce the score. At least if he does, we can't hear it from over here.
He's reserved.
He's quiet. Yeah.
In his call. But I believe it to be 15-14.
Oh, we'll find out.
And if the Cardinals win this point and it's still going, we were wrong.
Yeah, well, again, I'm betting on that.
But we're going to call it like it's game point or match point. Match point, game, set, and match point.
Well, let's see.
Could not find that back corner. And that is it. We were correct in our call, and it is going to be a 6-1, 6-3 win for Austin Hacker and Nikolai Hirsamaki.
Yeah, and you got to give credit to Anoka. They could have folded and but made a game of it. But good job by the Cardinals' first doubles team to come back and get that second set win and close it out.
And two pretty impressive victories for the home team. First singles, 6-1, 6-1 victory for Cooper Held, and then again 6-1, 6-3 for Hacker and Hirsamaki.
That was fun. That was good. Cooper Held did a really nice job in that singles match and made pretty easy work of it. And the Anoka doubles team gave Cardinals a run for it.
And the season is officially underway on time, getting the opener in on opening day, April the 3rd. Home opener for the boys baseball team on Tuesday against Centennial. Our next opportunity from the sports complex. We'll see volleyball team again as they try to continue their role.
That's actually Anoka. They're playing that Elk River again.
And then we'll see the baseball team again on, I think it's like 3 or 4 Tuesdays in a row that we have baseball on the schedule.
Yep.
Of course, everything except for volleyball in the spring, weather permitting, of course. But that will do it for this edition of CTN Sports. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying goodnight.
The North Suburban Home Show celebrates 25 years of all things home improvement. Connect with local experts for remodeling ideas and money-saving tips. It's everything for your home, inside and out.